Hey everybody, this is James with Radius Plus here at ISS Las Vegas. Today I'm joined by James Reed from FlexSpace Nation. James, what signals are you looking out for in the market in 2026?
Absolutely. So as you know, we've been a big operator in the self-storage world. And one of the areas that we pivoted to is a FlexSpace asset class, kind of an industrial small bay. And with the FlexSpace Nation, there wasn't really a community out there yet, really helping, educating, and showing people how to navigate through the flex world. So we've created this community, investors, operators, developers, all coming together to learn from each other, but also deal flow.
Right.
Because it comes down to deal flow, right? And as I know, we have a summit at the end of the month as well, that we're going to be teaching people how to get in this space, how to operate it. But what we're looking for is, how do we integrate Flex actually into self-storage? I will share with you that we bought an 8-acre tract. We have boat and RV storage, self-storage. On the upper lot, we did Flex.
Wow.
Right? And so there's a lot of unique ways to combine it. We even had clients that are like, I was going to put storage on this expansion, but I don't know if the storage is the right fit right now. And so we can now take extra ground next to storage, or maybe a full development that someone didn't do yet. They're pending. Should we do storage? What should we do there? Flex is a great opportunity to put there, is what we're seeing, trends that are happening in the marketplace.
No, I want to build off that point. One of the subject matter experts that contributed to our annual data report, Michael Christopherson from Choice Bank, he talks about how the projects he's very comfortable lending on a lot of times have a mixed use component, like you're describing.
Yep.
Whereas a traditional self-storage part of it, combined with flex space, combined with boat and RV.
Yep.
But the industry is a little bit it's unclear. So how do you find comps? How do you understand what you can actually get for a flex space unit on a deal? How are you and your community sort of bridging the gap between what you can actually pencil and project on a flex space deal?
That is probably the number one question that we get. And thankfully, like your platform, right? It's all about data points, right?
Yes.
If you think about flex, it was like storage 15 years ago. There wasn't as much data, right?
Right.
And so we're on this frontier of this asset class, and there isn't as much data. So that's why we're boots on the ground, talking to other operators, investors. What are they seeing in the marketplace? And really trying to pull that data together. And that's why we've created this community to gather that, because there really isn't a central location yet. And so it's really market specific and understanding what could be built there, the rental rates. So I feel like we're in an era where storage was 15 years ago in the flex, and that gives a lot of opportunity for a lot of us.
100%. And I actually really want to highlight the fact that you brought that collaborative nature that we see so much in self-storage to this other asset class, and having more community driven, helping make everyone make informed decisions so that all boats can rise with the tide.
Oh yeah.
Curious though, what is the demand drivers for flex space? Like, who ends up using these spaces? How do I determine a winning deal, or what kind of signals should I look for flex space demand?
Yeah, one thing is that it really supports small businesses.
Okay.
And if we're thinking about America, right, it's 99.9% of all small businesses. So as we're building out this flex development, it's designed to house and to nurture businesses. So you want to be in communities that are growing, but even some older communities that there just isn't a supply yet.
Sure.
They're either, in a small garage, or maybe we've seen tenants go from storage to multiple storage units, then into a flex, right? There's a period of growth that the companies are making, and we're taking all those steps from self-storage all the way to the flex as well. And that's where we have different market drivers to understand population growth.
Yeah.
I would say it's similar to storage, but it's a different perspective because it's business driven. And thankfully, if you think about self-storage, our best clients in self-storage are business owners, right? And so now we're taking our best clients and moving them into a development of flex.
No, I love that. And they're grateful to be there. They're long-term tenants. They're good tenants, because the space they're going to utilize all the time. One thing that we struggle with in self-storage, educating planning boards and municipalities about the benefits for self-storage. Do you run into a similar issue for flex space? What's been sort of your conversations with getting zoning approvals, or working with communities to get flex space built? Talking to that.
That's a great question. So one, as a developer, investor in the space in self-storage, that is a hurdle, right? It's talking to the board, it's talking to the council. How do we get storage across? Now we're talking about flex, and flex is helping the small businesses in that community. It's a different storyline that I think is more appealing to the city council, because it's like, oh, wait a minute, you're going to build a business community in our own community. We're for that, right? Because we're cultivating an opportunity where someone can actually grow businesses. There could be also sales tax based on what their business is. And so I think it's a different narrative in a good way.
No,
Who
amazing.
doesn't want to help mainstream small businesses across America?
100%.
Yeah.
Kind of give back to the little guy, the entrepreneurial American dream, and creating this business incubator space.
Absolutely.
Through the flex space kind of product. Last question, I'll let you go, is, how should newcomers to the space think about operating a flex space product? There's not as much information out there. There's not as much third-party management partners to help capital pour into this asset class, which in a sense creates an edge because it is not quite as mature as self-storage, but what kind of resources do people have to help operate a product like
Absolutely.
this?
One thing is when they're part of our community, one, there's no cost to our community. It's ultimately coming together. We have the summit, we have webinars. They could talk to different developers, investors, operators. For ourselves, because we run invested capital, we fund, build, and manage self-storage and flex-based developments. And part of that is we have a brand called Pro Suites Business Parks. So we are able to help come in and actually manage these assets for them as like a third party. And that's another value that we can create for our clients.
Amazing. So they don't have to make the same mistakes you guys have learned from. And in a sense, it creates an operational scale for everyone involved.
Absolutely.
James, I know you have a summit coming up. Can you tell them a little bit more details on where they can sign up for it and find more information on it?
Yes, absolutely. If they go to flexspacenation.com, click on the summit page, you're going to love it. It's at the Maristar Casino in St. Charles, Missouri, about just 15 minutes from the airport. It's going to be a full day of opportunity to meet people. We're doing a site tour at a brand new development. So if you're interested, they're like, what is flex space? Maybe you're here for the first time. This is where you want to be, in the room of operators, seasoned developers, and also about deal flow and capital and the assets. So that would be great.
Awesome. Well, he's a fantastic resource for anyone interested or already in the space. Can't wait to see what happens with your event.
Absolutely.
Thanks, James.
Thank you.